Well, hello everybody. We just thought we'd take a couple of minutes here and kind of give everybody who's kind of been following our foster story along, and maybe for people who didn't know the whole story, maybe just start at the beginning and go to where we are. So do you want to start? You kind of started all this, so we'll let you go.
Just before Christmas, one of my friends on Instagram shared that her local shelter was doing a holiday foster for some of the dogs in the shelter, and I sent the post to not only Doug, but also my friend Laura, Laura did all the legwork and immediately found us a local shelter that had a similar program. So I started looking at their available foster dogs, and quickly found the cutest little Muppet dog named Raisin that I really wanted to foster. What? She was cute. She looked like a Muppet.
Cute like a Muppet. Yeah.
And so I asked Doug if he would be willing to foster a dog, and he said no.
And I said, we're not getting a dog.
And he said, we're not getting a dog. And then he said, that we would want to keep the foster dog. And I said, no, not if it's this little Muppet named Raisin. We won't want to keep it. So that was our strategy.
Was your strategy?
That was my strategy. And so finally one day I was at work and he texted me and said I could, quote unquote, do what I wanted. So I wasn't sure what that meant, so I went ahead and applied for the foster program, did all of the orientation and a phone call before I went home from work that day.
But I said I would be fine with that, but we're not keeping the dog because we don't need a dog. Well, but I didn't want a dog. We just lost Olive in October.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready for a dog. What's wrong?
You're bumping the camera every time you do that with your hands.
Oh. Should I cut that out or leave it in?
It's up to you. So anyway, Monday this was Sunday. Monday I had all of our paperwork done and was kind of like planning to go pick up this little dog Raisin when it disappeared from the website and found a foster home. And so we looked at a couple other small dog fosters who both really quickly disappeared as well. And then that takes us to Tuesday, basically.
Tuesday before Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. So basically we were going to get a different dog, but my theory was I didn't want to get a dog unless we met the dog because I didn't want a psycho. I wanted to get a feel for the dog, if you will. So we went to look at dogs. And did they tell you ahead of time or whatever?
Yeah, they had emailed me Tuesday morning and asked if we could take a specific dog.
And part of the reason was it was a bigger dog. They didn't want it to go to an apartment, and we have a yard, house, and a bunch of kids. And he was just a little bit bigger than 8 pounds. So we went and met this dog, and it was just so chill and relaxed, and I thought, well, that's kind of weird. He's so chill, but okay, whatever. We can take him home for a couple of days, and do we call him Manny yet, or just the dog? Because he
wasn't Manny at that point.
Just the dog. So then we're like, yeah, okay, sure, we'll take him, and they had us sit in the waiting room for ever. And I sort of was joking with Amy. I was like, they're probably dosing him some more tranquilizers because he's such a big dog and he was way too chill. Well, do you want to tell that part then when we went to leave? They handed you the meds?
Yeah, so as this 75-pound foster dog was dragging Doug out to the car, the lady handed me a bag full of toys because we didn't have any dog toys, and also a handful of sedatives, and said...
Well, anxiety meds.
Anxiety meds.
Yeah. It turns out that he is such a social dog that he didn't do good being alone in the kennel. He really needed to be around people, and that's what the meds were for. So So, yeah, and he literally dragged me to the car. And I don't know, is there any... So we came home, and first night was okay, I guess, wasn't it?
He slept with Ruby the first night.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Got her up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go outside, and then was sleeping flat on his back in his bed next to her
upside
bed.
down. But the thing of it is he wouldn't answer to the name they said. So that wasn't his name. And Ruby at one point literally just stood there with her phone saying dog names to this dog, and he just laid there like whatever, you know. No reaction. And we went round and round, and what was Sven? Oh yeah,
No, he started as Everett,
but he didn't answer to that. And then we're like, well, he looks like a Swedish dog. So he was Sven for a little while.
Yeah. Sammy.
Oh, Sammy. I thought he was going to be Sammy, but he didn't answer to that either.
I called him Buddy or Dog.
Yeah. But then I was looking up stuff just, on the internet, and came across, I was looking at like Nordic names, and it was like the Nordic god of the moon. And I thought, oh yeah, well, his eyes are like pale blue moons, And it was M-A with, there's a name for that little asterisk thingy, N-I, and I was like, how do you pronounce that? And it's some weird Mooney or Amon and Mani or...
Lonely.
So I was just like, Manny, and then when I said that, he trotted right over to me. So that's his name, and he answered to that the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I guess I can maybe take a point and we'll show some pictures here, or is there more you want to say? About 2 days ago, though, he did start to get comfortable, and now you call it shopping.
Yeah, he's become quite the counter shopper. He shops in the garbage can, and he's been shopping on the counters. And today he ate my sourdough starter.
Yeah, where you go, he's so big, he goes up on the counter and he just like stands up and grabs stuff off the counter. So, Which brings us to today, which is Wednesday, the 7th, 8th? 8th.
Yeah.
And our foster is over.
Yep. Our house is empty.
He's unadoptable at this time. So we had to go back. Is there anything else we want to add? No, it just, that's the end of our foster. So he's a good dog and he's back at the shelter. So that's it.
Hello?
Are you the guy who made the videos about that dog?
Yes?
Why did you end it like that? My wife is crying, the kids are upset. What the hell, man?
I mean, what do you want me to do? Go back and change the ending?
Yes, go back, change the ending.
What?
Change it, give me your manager or something.
Well, the boss is working today, so she's not here.
Change the ending anyways.
Oh, okay, I guess I can change it.
Good, make it a happy one.
Okay, I'll see what I can do and I'll try to make it a happy ending.
Get to it.
Which brings us to today.
Which is Thursday the 9th, and we get to go get Manny after his operation.
And our foster is over.
Yep. Our
Yes.
house is empty.
He's totally adoptable.
At this time.
He gets to stay home after he gets fixed.
Is there anything else we want to add? No, it just, that's the end of our foster.
Because we get to adopt
So-
him.
He's a good dog and he's back at the
Home with
shelter.
us.
So that's it.
So that's what we did. We went and we adopted Manny. And we don't know if he was happier to see us than we were to see him. It was only one night. Man, we sure did miss that guy. But now he's back home with us. A rough ride home and tuckered out little guy. But he's ours. He really enjoys going for walks. He just will walk right beside me. It didn't hardly take any training at all. Instead of dragging me, he just is such a good boy now and just walks right beside me. He really enjoys running around in the backyard, but he's got to be on a leash. And if you look right there, the two tracks coming down the hill, that's where he reverse ski lifted me. But anyway, he told me he'd also really like to go for a motorcycle ride. We need a sidecar. So if anybody's interested in maybe donating a little money for a fenced-in yard for Manny or a sidecar, here's my Cash App. But more importantly, if you're interested in helping out other pets like Manny, here's a couple of websites. This is the Minneapolis Animal Care and Control, and they accept donations right on their website. Just ask if you could put in there that Manny sent you, just so that everybody knows that his loving heart is shared with everybody. This is another great rescue, Arrow's Heart Animal Rescue. You can go right to their Facebook page. They have a donate button right there. Every little bit helps. They're local and they do great work.